Welcome to the Cinema Rolls podcast, starring two brothers. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go on that rant. But um, today we're reviewing Karate Kid Legends. It's directed by Jonathan Entwistle. Strange. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it looks like Entwistle. Written by Rob Lieber, Robert Mark Kaman, and it stars Jackie Chan, Ben Wang, and Joshua Jackson. Which Joshua Jackson, by the way, I just realized that's the kid from the Mighty Ducks.
Ducks, yeah.
And when I was watching it, I was like, he looks like Dennis Quaid's son a little bit.
Jack Wade.
Yeah, just with little
I guess a
heftier.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, you want to go first, Eric?
Um, yeah, I go first, I guess. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. I watched the first one for the first time. What was it like? I think it was the day before, and yeah, it was a good movie. Uh, I liked Jackie Chan, Ralph Macchio returning, the new guy, Ben. Get his character's name, but he did a good job.
Yeah, he
Uh,
did good. Lee Fong is his name in the movie.
yeah, in the movie Lee, yeah. Stuffed crust, they called him.
Stuffed crust. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It is. The actress who played his mom. She's the voice of Mulan. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, now that you mention it, yeah, now I recognize her now. I didn't at the
Yeah,
time when I watched it, but
yeah. I recognized her right away. She was in that show Agents of Shield.
oh, nice. Yeah, I
Um,
didn't watch that show.
yeah, it was good. I thought it was a little short. The original movie was 2 hours. This was just over an hour and a half. Um, I felt there was a lot going on. Like I like the stuff with Joshua Jackson's character, but also like that was like the training like montage or like doing like normal stuff that's actually secretly like kung fu karate training. But then he gets hurt and you don't really see him much else of the rest of the movie, and then that's when Ralph Macchio comes in and uh Ben's kind of like story kind of like takes off. But I feel like if they had less of that, maybe we could have focused more on Lee and Daniel LaRusso and their training. Uh, but
Yeah,
yeah, it was good.
cool. Right on. Yeah, my biggest gripe with this movie is that they had a lot going on.
Yeah.
It To me, it seemed like they had multiple directions for the movie,
Mhm.
and instead of trying to like pick one, they try to like fit it all together. Um,
Yeah,
and
not just that, but put it all in an hour and a half. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, and which is why also too my other gripe is that there's a lot of montages and a lot of needle
Hmm.
drops. You know, like
Yeah,
so like it's most of the movie is like montage and music. You know, and
which 80s movie.
right, but like 80s like so the structure always is for an 80s like fighting movie like is underdog,
Mhm.
some badass dude he has to beat, a training montage with music and a needle drop, and then he goes and wins the fight, right? But this one had like so many needle drops. It was just like every like 15 minutes, and
I
and
did like the soundtrack. It was good.
I like the music too. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
uh, and I was trying to think of the original Karate Kid, and I was like, I don't remember it, like having that many montages and that many needle drops. I remember there being a lot of
No.
music in it, but it was mostly background stuff until like the fight happened, and there was,
Yeah.
you know, so yeah, I didn't really like that about it. Um, but somehow they kind of made it work a bit with the at the end, because like when he hits the ground, like the whole movie, he's like traumatized by his brother's death, right? And then when he's helping the boxer pizza guy, he has kind of a flashback of it with the ER and then whatever. So like those are like the main storylines that they kind of branched into, and it kind of
Mhm.
summed it up well at the end by mixing it together when he hits the ground and he almost gets knocked out. You
Yeah.
know. So I actually don't mind the boxers storyline. I thought that was actually kind of a cool little subversion because normally, with every Karate Kid movie, it's always like guys in a new town. There's a
Mhm.
hotshot bully asshole kid who is really good at fighting, and he either used to date the girl you now like or is still dating her, right? And then you have to he kicks your ass, and then later on you have to kick his ass. That's always every Karate Kid movie, right? And in this one, right, like I was like, okay, it's gonna be like every other one because like, of course, he had the same setup, and then um, he has the tournament or whatever. I'm like, okay, it's going down the same structure, which at this point is kind of repetitive. Um, but then it flips it and turns it, and he's like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go help this pizza guy,
Yeah.
and 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 then he becomes like a Sifu in a way, and
Yeah.
so that was kind of interesting, and I actually didn't mind it, and I liked his story, but it kind of felt like it could have been a totally different movie. Um, like they could have separated the storylines, made two movies, or like
Right. Yeah.
maybe even gone like with a series with this storyline. I don't know, but I didn't mind the
Mhm.
boxers thing. It was fun. It was cool. I actually liked the little boxing mixed with the kung fu stuff. That was cool.
Yeah.
Um, and then I feel like the one I really didn't like was the calculus thing. Like,
Yeah.
did he ever even pass his calculus test?
I don't know.
Nobody
It didn't
knows.
matter.
It didn't.
It didn't matter.
It never happened. I don't think he ever took the test.
You don't need calculus when you know kung fu and karate.
For real. So like, why was it in there? It does, you know what I mean? I think they had it in there just so he'd have a friend other than the
A
girl.
friend. Yeah.
But like, I feel like the calculus character didn't need to be in it, which I liked him. He
Yeah.
was funny, and he's
Hmm.
that kid from not Stranger Things. He's from the kid from It. He's one of the kids in It, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And so it was cool to see him in something else. But he didn't need to be in the movie. The calculus thing didn't need to be in the movie. That was like at this point, you all was doing too much, you
Yeah. It's too
know.
much. Mhm.
Um, so that was unnecessary, I thought. But other than that, though, I feel like I'm kind of talking about it as if I'm shitting on it, but I actually liked it, and I thought it was pretty good. I just think they had too much going on, and
Yeah.
I like that the fighting choreography. You could tell
Yes.
Jackie Chan's definitely the mastermind behind it.
Yeah.
The alleyway scene felt very much like his type of fighting choreography
Yeah.
style. And that was probably my favorite scene, honestly. I liked it a lot.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah, it was super cool. Um, I like that they brought Johnny back at the end
At the end.
with the
Yeah.
beer that he always drinks. Um, so that's cool. Um, and then something else. Oh, a couple other things I didn't like about it is I felt like the graphics in it during the tournament felt like a little corny.
Yeah.
And it felt random because there was no other graphics like that throughout the entire movie, and then out of nowhere, there's like New York street style
Yeah.
graphics popping up.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, well, this is what we're doing. It's I like you said earlier. I feel like if they would have just cut back a little bit on the boxing story and focused more on the tournament, because that's another thing too. I kind of didn't like about it is I wanted to see more fights.
Yeah. They just rushed through that tournament.
Yeah, they all you got to see was like the last three hits of every fight.
Yeah. And I thought the tournament was like maybe like 1 to 2 days, and they were like doing fights back to back to back.
Yeah,
But then he like stops and trains for like what seemed like a day or two before his like the last fight.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't know.
They didn't explain any of that. They're just like, here, you're on
No.
this roller coaster ride with us. Come along. But yeah, like everyone knows when it comes to fighting movies and tournaments, the best part is watching your main character beat everyone's ass through the tournament.
Yeah.
Even in the original Karate Kid, you even get to see Daniel LaRusso go through the tournament, and he actually has to fight most of the Cobra Kai guys before he fights Johnny, and that's cool because now he's taking down the whole gang of them. You know, so I wish we would have seen more of that. Also, the title card at the end felt random as fuck. Like after he won the fight and it was like a freeze frame, the title card popped up. I'm like, okay, it's over. And then another scene pops up. I'm like, what the fuck? Why did that title card pop up right there? It could have waited to the end. I feel like they just
They
did
wanted
not.
that the extra scene, but they don't want to make people wait through the credits for
I
it.
guess so. Yeah, I guess it felt like they didn't know how to transition into the next scene or something.
Huh.
Um,
Also, yeah,
what's up? You had something?
I was going to say that freeze frames they did the same in the first Karate Kid, where
Mm,
they ended up with Miyagi.
yeah,
So I think that's why they did the freeze frame at the end.
yeah.
But yeah, then they cut to the title card, and suddenly you're at the dojo with Daniel and Zapka, and yeah,
Yeah, they're like making pizzas and whatnot, and then the pizza goes to them to California. They used the California love needle drop too much, I think. You know?
yeah, they did. Like there's other California songs.
Yeah,
Beach Boys, Jackie Chan likes the Beach
it felt
Boys, right?
corny. It felt corny. Also, too, so I thought this isn't something I disliked about it, but it was just something I noticed I thought was kind of interesting. They in the beginning, in order to mix Han with Miyagi, like to make a connection
Hmm.
there, they took it seems like they took a scene from the second movie. I haven't seen the
The second movie.
second movie in a while, but I'm pretty sure it's from the second movie. And then they cut to an animatic because
Hmm.
that part of the speech doesn't happen in the second movie. So they cut to an animatic, and I don't know if they found an actor that could do like a similar voice to Miyagi, or they used AI to
Hmm.
to use his voice to say all the things he needed to say with the one tree, two branches, or whatever, right? Which, by the way,
Yeah,
there's multiple branches on that tree, but whatever.
yeah.
Uh, um, but yeah, other than all these gripes I'm giving it, I liked it. It was a decent movie. And
Yeah,
Arya,
it was
my daughter had a lot of fun with it. She really liked it.
nice.
I think she gave it like a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, she likes
Okay.
fighting. She likes fighting stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
um, what would you rank this movie, Eric?
I think I'd give it 7. I
Nice.
liked it, but it was short. I feel like they could have I did like the boxer story and the training with him and everything, but like you said, there's just too much going on, and in such a short film, like I would like to, I would have liked the story to focus more on our main character, and then it's legends, and they're bringing back Daniel and Jackie, like see them like maybe button heads a little bit, trying to teach this kid like they're both different styles of martial arts,
Hmm.
but like you just get like really quick like things, and
Yeah.
and then we're at the end, like would have
Yeah.
liked some more development there. But
Agreed. Agreed. I did. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like they should have definitely kind of cut back on the boxing story and focus more on the actual story.
yeah, but I did like seeing Joshua Jackson. I'm a big Mighty Ducks fan, and seeing him in it was cool. I
Yeah.
liked his New York accent.
He killed it. I think he did really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Um. What was I gonna say? I will say Mr. Han's character didn't seem at all like Mr. Han from the other movie.
Yeah, I don't remember it very well. I just know he was in it.
So the one with Jaden Smith, he's act well, and I get it. It's probably years have passed, and he's probably gotten over it by now. And obviously, he found some kind of healing through training Jaden Smith's character in that movie. But in that movie, he's like kind of really sad and depressed because he lost his family in a car accident. He's like an alcoholic, and and um, and in this movie, he's kind of silly. He kind of reminds me of the character he played in what's that Chinese kung fu like mythical fantasy one with the white kid
Uh,
in it.
the Forbidden Kingdom,
Forbidden
right?
Kingdom. He kind of felt like he was playing that character. Like kind of
Yeah,
silly, you know?
yeah,
Um Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just felt like it was two completely different guys playing the same guy, you know?
yeah.
um That was interesting. Oh, yeah, also too, like I was thinking about it and like maybe perhaps I think also they just had a lot going on and they're trying to fit everything in there, but perhaps all the montages and stuff Um, we're also maybe trying to kind of fit the vibe of the hustle and bustle of New York, maybe. And
Maybe,
a lot
yeah.
of the songs are kind of New York songs, not New York songs, but like they're by New York artists.
Yeah.
Um, so I think they kind of were trying to make some kind of thing there, but it just feels like it was more rushed than anything else. Like just kind of trying to fit all the storylines in it.
Yeah.
Um, I would give it 6.5. I was thinking about it for a while. I was going between 6.5 and 7, but I was like, you know what? I feel like there's a lot of things in this movie that they could have done better, and so 6.5.
Okay. Yeah. It's not a bad movie. Just it could have been better. I think the fact that it has so much potential, especially with the legacy of the Karate Kid, and the fact that it doesn't live up to it. That's why I give it a lower rating than
Yeah,
I would like to.
yeah. Cool. You want to hear some fun facts about it?
Sure.
So there's not a lot of fun facts on the new movie that stuff that isn't like stuff we already know. That's like kind of obvious.
Mm.
Um, but and this is just what Google's giving me off the top. But I also put up some fun facts about the original Karate Kid too. Um, so I guess Legends also this movie is supposed to be like a sequel to Cobra Kai. I didn't finish Cobra Kai, so I don't know where. But I will say in this movie, Daniel LaRusso looks younger than he did in the show. The show he looks kind of older. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think it's because I gave him that like long swoopy hairstyle in this one,
Yeah.
kind of like he did in the original Karate Kid. Um,
You know how old Ralph Macchio was in the original Karate Kid?
Probably young as fuck, like 15.
Yeah. To me, I think he looks like he's 14, 15 in the movie. I
Mm-hmm.
think the character is supposed to be 17,
Yeah.
and he was actually 22,
Wow,
right?
that's crazy.
I think he's like in his 60s now.
That's insane. So yeah, that was the only like kind of interesting thing I found on the new one is that it's supposed to be a sequel. I didn't know that. But
Yeah.
there's some pretty good ones um,
Mm.
here for the original one.
Uh,
So the headband was not originally in the script, but became like a key part of his of Ralph Macchio's character. And apparently Ralph Macchio still owns the original one. And the Miyagi's bonsai symbol that goes on his gi and his headband was designed by Pat Morita, the guy
that's
who played
cool.
Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I'm assuming this is for the second one. A fun fact about the second movie. Um, the movie's set in Okinawa, but the movie was actually filmed in Oahu, Hawaii.
That makes sense.
Yep. And okay, so Martin Cove's blood on his hands after breaking the windows was real. Um, and it was an accident that they was just kept in the final cut. Which I'm not even sure who Michael Cove is. I don't even remember that part. Oh, that's in the second movie. That's in the second movie. Yeah,
I didn't see that one.
I haven't seen it in a while. I guess Michael Cove, a character in that movie, broke a window and he actually cut himself.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. Some fun facts. What would you suggest people watch if they liked this movie, Eric?
Like this movie, um, I would say Forbidden Kingdom. I think
Forbidden
that's a
Kingdom's
great
good.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, some good choreography, martial arts,
yeah,
good story.
yeah. I
Um,
like Forbidden Kingdom a lot.
yeah, probably any Jackie Chan movie. You know,
Yeah, Jackie Chan is such a legend.
he is.
I fucking love
Yeah,
that dude. Um,
yeah, that's all I can think of really.
yeah. I mean, all the other Karate Kid movies I think are an obvious suggestion.
Mhm.
Cobra Kai is a good show to watch if you like this movie. It's got kind of a similar corny dialogue, um, but it's still pretty good. Um, And yeah, I guess yeah. Other yeah, Forbidden Kingdom's a good one. I I will say I kind of am I kind of get mad at this whole thing that America does whenever they make a movie about anything Eastern or even a show, right? Every time they
Yeah,
make a movie or a show about like China or Japan, they always got to throw a white guy in it as the main character. Every
yeah,
time. And the only reason is because they don't think that an Asian main character set in a different country like China or Japan can connect with Western audiences. Every time. Forbidden Kingdom, that new fucking show that just came out on Hulu. What's the Shogun?
oh,
The
I
Last
mean, that was
Sap.
based off of another show, like an older show, and I think even a book.
It's a book,
But
yeah.
yeah,
And then the Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, which I like that movie a lot, but still, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, could you just give me a cool story that has kung fu or action or whatever that's made in Hollywood that doesn't have to have a white guy going to Japan or going to China? Can we just make a movie about it?
no.
I know, right? It's like, come on.
I always thought it was funny in Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift. Our main
Oh,
guy
that's
is
another one.
that white dude
Yeah,
who looks like he was well into his 30s, but he's in high school.
yeah.
Uh, he goes to Japan and makes friends with the only two people there that aren't
Aren't
Japanese.
yeah. The girl he falls in love with isn't even Japanese.
No,
His best friend's Bow Wow.
yeah, like, all right, cool.
Yeah, that's another one. It's like, come on, bro. Like every time, it feels just a little bit racist. It doesn't feel
It is.
fully racist. It just feels a little bit, at least.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Um, but a show I was going to suggest that I just remembered is called WMAC. I think Masters. Yeah, it's an old '90s show. What they were doing is they wanted to make a show or something like professional wrestling, but for martial arts. The
WMAC, you said?
WMAC Masters.
Masters.
Yeah,
Whoa. Whoa.
yeah, yeah,
Talk about a throwback, Eric.
yeah. It's
This looks
it's a
cool as
really
fuck,
interesting
though.
show. Yeah, yeah. You should watch it, and people watching or listening, if you like Karate Kid, if you like martial arts,
This looks like some Mortal
um,
Kombat shit.
yeah, some of the people are from Mortal Kombat. They were in the movie.
It looks like Bloodsport mixed with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and they have like storylines and stuff. Like it was like wrestling, like professional wrestling, but martial arts.
Whoa, that's cool.
Only had 2 seasons. Did not do well.
Oh, that sucks. Um,
No.
good suggestion, Eric. That felt like kind of out of nowhere, but I like it.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to move on to the next section, Eric?
Hey, let's do it.
What have you been watching lately, or what have you watched?
What have I watched?
I feel like this goes back
Um,
2 weeks because I feel like we didn't really talk about it during the Lilo and Stitch episode.
no, we got a lot to say about Stitch.
Yeah.
That's fun. I haven't really been watching much. I mean, I did watch the original Karate Kid, which I did enjoy. Um, Elizabeth Shue, I didn't know she was in The Boys. I didn't know she was in Karate Kid. That was cool. Um, yeah, I definitely like the original more than this new one.
Agreed.
Say that. Um, yeah, I haven't really watched anything else. I've been listening to Danny Trejo's book while I've been going on walks. So
Nice. I
that's
actually I
interesting.
listened to like the first chapter and stuff, and it's pretty
Oh yeah,
good. It's pretty good. I just
it's really
haven't
good.
gone around to listen to more.
Yeah,
Um, not to undermine Denny Trejo's like ability to write or anything like that, but
yeah.
you definitely had like someone working on it with him, right?
Yes, he definitely had like editors and people help him write the book.
Yeah.
Him reading the book is kind of hard.
I noticed, yeah,
Yeah,
because I could tell that when he's reading it, it's almost as if like it's not really his words, like he's reading somebody else's
yeah,
words, you know?
yeah,
Not that that's a
yeah,
problem at all. Like, if I wrote a
yeah,
book, I probably need help too. So,
yeah. No, for sure. Like, yeah, his book, like the audiobook, is pretty long, but I think that's mostly just due to his reading. Um, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd say I would rather listen to someone else narrate it. I think hearing him narrate his own story is cool, and it's good. He's had a lot of life experience,
for sure.
some pretty crazy experiences that hopefully we don't ever have to do ourselves. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. Cool. Anything else?
No. What
Oh.
about you?
Um, well, I finished Severance. I don't think I mentioned this. Yeah, I think I mentioned it maybe in the bonus episode, but I finished Severance.
Oh.
It was really good. I really liked it. Definitely suggest it.
Mhm.
I started the studio. I really like that too. It's really good. It's, it's definitely Seth Rogen esque. If you like anything Seth Rogen, like him and what's the guy he always writes movies with? Ethan somebody. Ethan somebody.
Ethan, um, I don't know. I don't remember. And the same guy.
They wrote super bad together. I know that much. So
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Evan, right?
Evan, not Ethan. My bad. Evan
Yeah.
Goldberg. Yeah.
Mhm.
So they wrote it together, the show, and so if you like any movies by them, Pineapple Express, super bad. You know, uh, this is the end, right? Like you're gonna like this show a lot, and then on top of that, they're doing a lot more like fancy film things, right?
Yeah.
They kind of nailed the hustle and bustle of the Hollywood studio lifestyle, and there's a lot of oneers in it. Like every um, scene is a oneer, which is pretty crazy. Which I don't know what's going on with oneers lately. Everyone's trying to nail it, you know. And sometimes I feel like it's too much. Like I find myself looking for the cuts because with oneers nowadays, they're not real oneers, right? They have hidden cuts. So if the camera moves behind a wall, it's probably a cut, you know.
Yeah.
So sometimes when they're doing it, I almost find myself looking for the cuts rather than actually watching the show, or the movie. In this show, it's really good. To be quite honest, I don't even sometimes it's moving so fast, it's so quickly paced, and with crazy humorous dialogue, like constant jokes, that like it's hard to even pay attention to anything else other than what's being fed to you through the dialogue. Um, so that show's cool. Uh, been watching the Marvel movies with the kiddo. This weekend we watched the first Avengers movie, and then we watched Iron Man 3.
Okay.
So that's fun to kind of go back and visit those. I really liked Avengers. Um, and I want to say there's something else I watched lately, but I can't remember.
Nice. Severance, I did start that episode about his wife, like halfway through that episode. That's where I'm at.
I got halfway through that episode and I stopped watching it for like 2 weeks. I was like, I don't want to cry, you know? I don't. So I just like stopped watching the show.
Um, I did watch the second to last episode of Dragon Ball Daima, so I'm almost done with that.
Nice.
So it's cool to see adult Vegeta go Super Saiyan 3 and see that in action. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Bumped in my desk.
what else did you say you watched? The studio. I haven't seen it yet. I want to. But what's cool about those guys is that they obviously love film. Like I don't know if you've seen them on the Criterion. Like I think it's their Instagram page where they would have people go and like pull out movies from the collection.
Oh no.
And so they had those two go on and they were like pulling out movies
Yeah.
and talking about them. So like it's obvious how much they love um, film and
Yeah.
stuff. So
That definitely
that's cool.
bleeds through in this show, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Nice.
Probably gonna watch more tonight.
Speaking of the Criterion Collection, I saw at Barnes and Noble that they have like a whole Criterion Collection section of movies. They're kind of pricey, but there's some that I might actually try to get my hands on. I was looking for Chase and Amy when I was there. They didn't have it, but I know it's part of the Criterion Collection, so I
Oh
think that'd
wow.
be cool.
Who
Yeah,
who puts together the Criterion Collection, anyways?
I don't
How does
know.
that get assembled?
I'm not sure, but um, a lot of great films in there, and I don't know what is the criteria to end up in the Collection,
Right.
but
Yeah. Like who does like
yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
but that's cool. Um, Also, Ari finished Daima, and she really liked it.
Nice,
And we she's now watching My Hero and Demon
mm,
Slayer kind of simultaneously.
nice.
Um, so yeah, kind of killing it.
Demon Slayer, the movie comes out in what, September? So
Yeah, she wanted to finish My Hero first and then go
mhm,
Demon Slayer, but I was like, yo, there's movies coming out with Demon Slayer. If you want to try to catch up on it, so now she's focused on Demon Slayer.
nice. So we're gonna have to watch that.
Yeah,
You said you're getting through the Marvel films. Did you watch Guardians yet? Because isn't that after the Avengers?
it's coming up soon. I think I have to check, to be quite honest. But I think it's the Winter Soldier next. So we watch Iron Man 3, and then Winter Soldier, I think, is next, and then which is one of my favorites. And then I think it's
And then
Guardians.
I think it's Thor and then
Oh,
Guardians,
you're
right? I
right.
was thinking it was immediately after Avengers, but I think it's actually the first film before Ultron.
You're right. You're right. It's Thor and then Guardians. But the reason I skipped Thor is because we're actually skipping that movie.
You're skipping Dark World,
I hate that movie. I do not like that movie. It's
but they
long.
call it back in Endgame,
It's
right?
long. It's boring. Every time I watch it, I don't remember a single thing about it because it's just like not good. I noticed that like when I watch bad movies, I won't remember a single thing about it. There's really good movies, like there's movies that I really like. I'll watch it one time, and there's things that will stick with me forever. But if it's a terrible movie, my dead brain just dumps it. Don't want it.
Uh,
Yeah, don't like Dark World. Um, is there anything you're looking forward to watching that's coming out?
that's coming out. Um,
Show or movie?
Can't think of any shows. Um, Movies. The movies I'm most looking forward to are in July. So Jurassic World, Superman, and Fantastic Four. I think Ballerina comes out soon.
Yeah, I want to see that too.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
iffy
that
about
might be
it.
next week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I do want to see it. Yeah, I like Ana de
uh,
Armas,
yeah, same.
and not just because she's beautiful. Okay, she's actually a decent actor.
She's a good actress. I actually didn't think she was that like pretty like the first time I saw her in something, but every time like I see a new movie with her, she just gets more and more beautiful.
Yeah, it's her big beautiful eyeballs and her little face. Um, yeah, she's great. She was great in that Marilyn Monroe movie. She was good in Knives Out.
Hmm.
Which they're making a third Knives Out movie, and I didn't even watch the second one, but I want to now because this third one looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked those movies so far. Second one was Glass Onion, right?
Yeah,
It was in theaters, but it's a Netflix movie, so it went to Netflix pretty soon after that.
yeah. I heard it wasn't that great compared to the first one. I liked the first one a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like those whodunit murder mystery movies. I thought it was good. I don't know, people maybe because they were already introduced to the character, they knew who he was, what he was like. So in the second movie, it's just more the same. But I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
why people didn't like it.
third one looks cool though. One check. I think I'm gonna watch Glass Onion just so I can watch the third one. The new Stranger Things is coming out soon. That looks dope.
Yeah,
Stranger Things.
heard it's going to be in three parts.
Yeah, yeah. I think it'll release it in three parts.
Yeah, I just saw a promo for it. It was a picture of the three of the boys, and I was like, these kids are obviously not in high school
No.
anymore. Like,
I saw Natalie's like I almost feel bad for kids that get stuck in things like this. Like even like the Harry Potter cast. Like their
yeah,
whole life was Harry Potter. You know? And even some of the young kids that were in Game of Thrones, their whole life was Game of Thrones. Like the girl played Arya. We watched her
yeah,
grow up. I think she even had like a sexy scene towards the end, which was super weird.
yeah. In the last season, which she was of age, the character was still pretty young enough.
Right, but to see her go from a child, right? Watch her
Yeah,
grow up through the show and then have like a scene. I was like, I don't want to watch this.
no, people were pretty upset by it.
I don't like
Actually,
it. It was super weird.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, so I feel kind of bad for those kids, but I mean they're making money and as long as they're having fun, but I just feel like that's just their entire life, Like what do you do afterwards?
I don't know. Have drug habit or go to school. I don't know.
Party. Uh, blow your money on things you shouldn't be blowing your money on. Um, oh, and then Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein's coming out.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch the trailer. I don't know if I want to because I already know I want to watch this film. So
Well, Natalie and I, on a kind of a impulsive decision, we just decided to watch the To Doom or whatever Netflix
mhm.
thing.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
I didn't know what it was. I was like, this looks stupid. I was like kind of mad about it for some reason. And then we watched it, and it was kind of dumb, but it was cool to see all the like trailers and shit.
upcoming stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause, I just saw this and I think I sent it to you. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but have you heard of that movie Freaked? Came out I think in the '90s. It has Alex Winter he stars in it from Bill and Ted.
I don't know. It does. The name does sound familiar, but I don't think
It's a
it's.
really weird movie.
Oh, whoa! This looks crazy. What the heck?
Yeah, it's very crazy. But I hear it's getting a re-release.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd
So
watch it just because it looks crazy and interesting.
yeah, it is. It's worth at least a watch.
It's a comedy.
It's a comedy for sure.
The
Yeah.
the poster says "but ugly but funny."
Yes, that's a great way to describe it.
And Mr. T is in it.
He is in it. Yeah.
Interesting. Cool. I'll be down to watch it. I'm really excited for Frankenstein though.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Just the stills I've seen from it look great.
Yeah. Yeah, Guillermo del Toro is probably one of my favorite directors, and he's Mexican, so
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Because we're
Cool.
Mexican.
Yeah. He got the Oscar for Shape of Water.
Yeah, and his version of Pinocchio is my favorite version of Pinocchio.
I still need to watch that.
It's awesome.
That's on Netflix, right?
That's on Netflix. Yeah, he went on Netflix. Yeah. Um, and then what's his name? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank on his name. The dude plays Dr. Frankenstein in this new one, who is also
Oh,
Netflix.
Oscar.
Oscar Isaac.
hmm
Yeah, he's awesome too. He's amazing.
He's great. Yeah.
I love him. I'm like jealous of his talent. He's so good.
Yeah. I liked him in Sucker Punch.
He was in Sucker Punch, huh?
hmm
Yeah.
He had a musical number. I don't know if it got cut from the actual theatrical film, but in the director's cut, it's in there. It's good.
He played the voice of Jesus in that new Jesus movie.
In the new Jesus movie, yeah.
Yo, and he kind of killed that too. He like stole the show as Jesus. I know that's kind of Jesus' show, but he stole it from Jesus.
It's like, yeah, so like you're not just seeing Jesus, you're like, that's Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. Uh,
And I was convinced. I was like, that does sound like Jesus, even though I have no idea what Jesus actually sounds like. But I was like, I could see it. It makes sense.
just much so. He's not white.
Yeah,
I don't think he's Mexican, but he's not white.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I think that's the thing I'm most excited for, honestly, is Frankenstein.
Yeah. No, that should be good. When is that coming out? Do you know?
Let's see. It's coming out. Wow, what the fuck? I clicked on an ad thinking that it would give me like a release date, and it just took me to Netflix.
Awesome.
Piece of shit, fucking ad.
Speaking of Frankenstein, have you seen anything about the Universal Monsters like section of Epic Universe?
Dark Universe, yeah, it looks cool as fuck.
Right? I don't know if we're going to be able. At this point, I don't even know if we're going to go now. But
I don't think we're gonna go.
if we go to Epic, I don't even know if we'd be able to go to that part of the park, since we'll probably be spending it with the Mario Brothers and Hiccup. You know.
Yeah. The release date, by the way, is November of this year. So
November. Okay, that makes sense.
I feel like we've been getting a lot of monster movies around Christmas lately.
Yeah.
Did you see what's it called? The one that's not Dracula, but it pretty much is Dracula. Um,
Nosferatu?
Nosferatu, yes. Did you see the new Nosferatu?
Yeah, I did. That was good. I got that popcorn bucket too. It's not near me, or otherwise I'd show you.
That was one of my favorite movies of last year.
It was really good.
I love Robert Eggers. He's so good. And I love that. I love that he doesn't like change his story to kind of fit like whatever mainstream thing's going on. He just makes it the way he wants to make it. That's it. It's like, and,
do it.
And it's great.
Yeah, I like that he's not afraid of like long shots and letting you like live in a moment. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because nowadays, and I was going to mention this earlier and I forgot, but I feel like now we're entering like a new wave of filmmaking, and I feel like it's like an ADHD filmmaking strategy, you know? Like the new Mario movie, right? And the new Minecraft movie, right? And even this movie, it felt like the Karate Kid, right? It had so much going on in it, and it was like kind of like just like the pacing was just
Rapid
insane.
fire.
Yeah. And it almost feels like a sugar rush like roller coaster. This movie not so much, but like the Minecraft movie and Mario. Did you see Minecraft?
No.
There's no reason.
We didn't have Lolly that weekend it came out, so I didn't see it.
There's no reason to see it. If you're an adult person that doesn't play Minecraft, there's no reason to go see that movie.
Yeah, that's why I haven't.
But I would go see it with Arya because Arya likes Minecraft, and we took her to 4DX. Do you know what 4DX is, Eric?
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty fun. But I was like, if I'm gonna
spit on you?
Yeah, they spit on me. I was like, if I'm gonna go see a shitty movie, I'm gonna go fucking make it a roller coaster, you know? And but yeah, that movie, I think it knew exactly who the target audience was, and they just like littered it with like internet humor and memes and like and the pacing was ridiculous and the ridiculous jokes, and it was like it was just crazy. It was a crazy movie, and all the internet humor and meme references that were in it, it felt like it was like catering to like a Gen Z kid with social media addiction that had ADHD. You know?
Yeah. Now, with those types of movies and the pacing and everything, do you think that's intentional, based off of kids who are constantly on their phone and just constantly swiping through reels and TikToks and all this stuff? Because it's all short format stuff, right?
Yeah.
But they consume so much of it, like hours worth sitting there swiping, watching stuff.
Yeah. I think it's a mixture of that, and also too the adults nowadays too are also having similar problems with instant gratification and scrolling and doom scrolling, you know. So I think it's a strategic move to kind of keep audiences' attention, since our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter, which sucks because it feels like it's like, I don't know, those movies that I mentioned, they feel like they're ridiculous, like they're so like far from what real cinema is. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel artsy at all. It feels like a conglomerate throw up version of some kind of movie. You know?
Well, a movie, we talked about this last time, but I would say it's similar to that, but the fast pace and all the stuff going on would be Scott Pilgrim. But I feel like that is a great movie.
Yeah, but I feel like the thing with Scott Pilgrim is they like had a very specific style and look and whatever that they're going for, and it was way before its time.
Yeah.
Like the reason why I think Scott Pilgrim came out and then didn't really even get like a crazy cult following until later on, until went on
Hmm.
Netflix, was because people overlooked it and they weren't ready for it. You know what I mean? It was like such
Hmm.
a different style of film and movies
Yeah.
that like people when it came out, people probably thought it was dog shit. Especially the like high art motherfuckers, they probably thought it was awful. And then it got on Netflix, and more people started watching it. And now, then that's why they made that new show way down the line. Like they didn't make that show 10 years ago or whatever because it didn't have the following it does now. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
And that movie, it actually they did a screening at San Diego Comic Con before it was released, and there obviously that's like the target audience.
yeah.
They got a standing ovation, like people loved
Hell
it, so
yeah.
they thought it was going to do great. They put it in theaters. I think it was like the week after it bombed. It did not do well,
Yeah.
and so like they're bummed. But then when it got that home release, it got this huge like following. And I don't know if you've heard this before, but Edgar Wright said that the movie is like a musical, whereas like in a musical, when the emotion gets high, they break out into song. But
Mhm.
in this movie, they have a fight.
Ah,
You
that's cool.
know,
I like that.
yeah,
See, that's good filmmaking because what it is, he understood
hmm,
film well enough to break the barriers that were constricting it. You know,
yeah,
and that's how you push the boundaries and make and evolve the art form.
right.
Um,
Then you get Minecraft movie.
Edgar Wright did the Minecraft movie.
No, so, but then later you get the Minecraft
Oh,
movie
but
or
then later
movies
you
like
get
that.
yeah, but now you get this. But yeah, I think this is more yeah, just because of social media and instant gratification thing, and
Yeah,
kids having shitty attention spans. Like I talked to like Natalie has some younger cousins that are like they just graduated high school, and there's a couple that are even younger than that, or I think one that's younger than that. No, a couple, yeah, they're still in high school. Um, and I talked to them, and a lot of them don't watch movies. A lot of them
no,
don't. They don't watch movies. It really saddens me because they're just like, damn, like eventually once these people get of age, are movies gonna start taking a dip because they're not watching movies, you know? Um, but I think mainstream high school kids they don't really watch movies like that, you know. So it's they just watch social media, and a lot of them sometimes will even just watch spoilers on shit, so they're in the know.
yeah,
They're in the know-how, but like they're not actually consuming it, which is like, God, like that shit kind of pisses me off. I fucking hate that shit. I remember
I have I have a friend who he's not that young. I think he's about your age, but he doesn't watch most movies. But he will go to like IMDb or Wikipedia and he'll read the synopsis and he'll have a full on conversation with someone about like the latest movie that's come out, having never seen it.
fucking awful. I hate that. That's a disgrace. That's a disgrace. It's fucking awful. I fucking hate that shit though. It's so like why? What are you doing that for? Do you actually like this stuff? Are you if you do, you probably wouldn't just read the fucking synopsis. You would just actually go to the movie. So what you're actually doing is you're trying to be a pseudo intellectual fuck, and you're trying to like you're trying to get knowledge so that you can spew out and regurgitate all this knowledge that you just consumed onto people around you to makes it seem like you're an intelligent motherfucker, but really you're not. You're a pseudo fuck.
Yeah, Ben.
Take that, Ben.
Just kidding. I love you, Ben. You're cool.
I'm just kidding. I'm not really kidding. I'm being serious, but I don't know Ben. I'm not talking specifically about Ben. I'm talking about like,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, it just that's something that really upsets me. I don't like that because Natalie's cousin does that too. She'll go on TikTok and she'll just like spoil all the things for herself. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Watch the fucking show. That's what it's there for. Do you like the show? Fucking watch it then. Like fucking A. Anyways,
I get it.
yeah. Sorry, I'm getting angry. Um, any final thoughts on the Karate Kid?
Final thoughts?
Yeah.
It's good. It's has fun action and choreography, good characters, and if you like, fun martial arts movies, it go right up your alley. Go see it.
Yeah, I agree. If you like Jackie Chan, you have some kids, I think it's a pretty solid family movie. Um, it's definitely a good movie to go take your family to, and yeah, if you like Karate Kid, Cobra Kai, this is definitely your movie. And
I do have to say this though, because this happened when last Karate Kid came out, and I was working at the theater. So other martial arts classes might be doing the same. They might be setting up at the theater, trying to get people to join. It's cool if your kid wants to join martial arts. Read the contract, because they will try to get you
oh
in a
yeah,
contract that you cannot get out of. So make sure you read that contract, and you don't have to spend a bunch of money for something your kid loses interest in.
good disclaimer, Eric. You worked for a company that kind of did that, right? That like uh, worked with people's contracts for like gym memberships and stuff, right?
Yeah, so I worked at a call center where uh, we did the we processed the payments for gym memberships and martial arts studios, and those gym memberships, and especially the martial arts studios, they will not explain to you what it means to cancel or even what kind of contract you're signing. And when you sign that contract, you're saying that you read this and you understand it. And so when you go to cancel your subscription or whatever it is, and they say you can't and you have to pay this amount of money, you're stuck because you said that you understood everything in that. So
Damn.
read it, especially like look for the cancellation policy and know what that is before you sign it.
Damn, that's kind of evil,
Yeah, it's very evil. I hated that. I
Yeah,
had to get out of there.
used to work for the devil, Eric.
Yeah.
uh, I will say something funny that happened to me because I wore this Cobra Kai shirt to the theater, and the
Mhm.
theater. I don't know what other theaters were doing this, but this Regal theater that I went to, they all had Mr. Miyagi bonsai tree headbands on,
Nice.
and the manager was like talking to the person that was taking my order for like popcorn, the concession stand and stuff. The manager walked up to like tell her something, and he saw my shirt, and he's like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" He's like, "Are you serious, man? Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, are you serious?" Like, I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, chill, man, chill." And Arya's like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Oh, he just saw my shirt, you know." It was pretty funny.
That's cool.
Yeah. Is that good? Do we hit the time?
I don't know how long we've been talking, but
Oh,
I think it's good.
like 54 minutes. That's good enough.
It's good enough, yeah.
That's good enough. All right.
All right.
What are we watching from the next episode?
I don't know. I meant to give you a list of movies coming out, and I forgot to.
Didn't we kind of sort of talk about it? It's not Sinners,
I
right?
don't remember. No, Sinners, I think will be early July when we'll do a Sinners
That's right.
episode.
Yeah. So there you go, audience. I know people have been asking for Sinners, so
Yeah.
you'll get it then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we'll just have to figure out what we're watching for next episode, and
Yeah.
you
If
guys
we
will find out.
figure it out what during the editing process, maybe I'll put in some kind of like clue
Okay.
and look out for. So,
There you go. That works. I like that.
all right.
All right, brother.
Cool.
All right. All right, audience. See you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Thank you guys.